What's up, everyone? This is Bamblakopz for GameGuideCentral.com. This is our Portal 2 guide. We're now on Chapter 3, The Return. We're going to do all 8 chambers, test chambers, puzzles, challenges, whatever you want to call them, in Chapter 3, which is The Return. We're starting off on the 9th chamber right here. We can see to the left. There are 22 chambers in this section of the game, and then it's going to change and shift a lot. And it's going to be something that you probably haven't ever experienced in Portal before, but that's really cool. That's what's pretty cool about this game. It's a lot different than the last one because it kind of brings us through many different stages and things. But we'll get there when we get there. First thing we want to do is shoot a portal up into that ceiling right there. And this launch pad will just keep on throwing us all the way up like this. So now there's a far pad in the far left. We want to try to shoot our second portal onto that. And once we hit it, not an easy shot to hit. It'll probably take you quite a few times. But once we do hit it, we're good. Now this door here is closed. What we need to do is shoot the laser to be flying all the way through the little target, and then that will open up the door for us. So what we need to do is shoot that pad over there. Back up to the same spot. This time, if we can actually aim correctly, which I failed quite a few times, we're going to fly through and be able to hit this switch right here. That switch will drop down a redirectional cube, and then we kind of do the same thing, rinse, wash, repeat, except we're flying through a different pad this time. And then again, we're going back to the beginning, launching ourselves through, picking up the cube, and now we need to redirect this cube towards the target for the laser. So what we need to do is jump over top of this and then put it right through this area right here. It might take you a little bit to aim it correctly, but once we put it on there, we need to shoot a portal on this side, like that, and then we come around this side and shoot another one here. As you can see, it's off just by a little bit, so we need to readjust our aim with that. So walk back over and make sure that it is inside the target, the laser's inside the target, and that the door will open. And of course, if you're doing it correctly, then you'll kind of hear a sound effect for it, and all those little blue lights on the wall will light up yellow, just like that, and the door is open. You can see the check mark up there. But now we need to get back up there. So how do we get back up on top of the door again? Well, we're going to reuse the portals again to get back up top of there, and we don't have to worry about the laser for the time being. We set it up, we lined it up, we made sure that it was accurate. Now all we need to do is reshoot ourselves all the way up to the top. So what we need to do that is shoot the portal right there, same way we did before from the beginning, another one up there, and it'll launch us all the way through to the top. And then all we need to do is shoot 2 portals on each side of the laser where we had already set it up before, just like that, and the door is open. It's a little bit of a time-consuming one, but that's alright. Now we are in the 10th challenge, which is a pretty difficult, a long one. Very, very complex, a lot of layers and everything. As you can see, we have to get all the way up there. But what we need to do first is look at this cube far off in the distance. We need to get over there. And there's actually a pretty cool achievement revolved around this chamber, which is beating this whole entire level in 70 seconds or less. I have an achievement guide for that one already set up. If you guys want to watch that, it's really a little bit difficult if you don't know what you're doing, and even when you do know what you're doing, it's going to be time consuming. So what we need to do is launch ourselves all the way across just like that by using the gravity element in the game to throw us all the way across. Pick up the cube, launch back up here, put the cube on top of this laser just like this, and that will drop down that blue ramp right there, and that will allow us to get launched even higher this time. So last time when we launched on this pad, that blue screen blocked us. This time we fly over that, go even higher, and now we get blocked by this blue screen. So now we got to block that one as well. And to do this, to block this screen here, we're going to have to press this button on the left-hand side right when we came up, right here, and that will drop down a redirectional cube. And this cube will pretty much just follow the same exact path that we just took to get all the way up here. There it is. And we'll be using this one to redirect the laser into the target. To do this, we need to shoot a portal right here, right in the beginning, right where we were, right on top. Drop back down, and then aim this laser at this far white wall right here, all the way over here. And then drop it down, and then shoot the portal through that. If our aim's good, then it will hit the target and allow for that other ramp all the way at the top to be lowered. So now all the ramps are lowered. We can drop back down, and this time none of those blue screens, none of those blue walls, none of those blue ramps will block our path. We can fly all the way through, all the way back up to the end. Of course, we need to be holding this cube to put it on top of this switch right there, and that is the end of the challenge. The 11th chamber is the first chamber that uses the light guards, the light screens, which we'll be using a lot in this, the remainder of this challenge, of this chapter, excuse me. So first thing we need to do is shoot a portal here, and then all the way across, right at the end of this screen, so that we can walk across it. That's one of the cool things about this screen. You can walk on top of it, on top of this blue light wall. I don't know exactly what the name is. Press this button here, and we will have never-ending supply of cubes falling through that tube there. And we can't grab it through the wall, but we're going to have to get down there to catch it. So what we need to do, as you can see here, can't catch it through the wall. We need to get down to that area right there. And to do so, we're going to have to shoot the wall behind us, and it'll make the screen that we're standing on right now disappear, but then we'll just land on the next one. So we shoot it here, as I'm looking around the environment to make sure I know what I'm doing. Shoot it right there, and we'll drop down like this, and then just rinse, wash, repeat, do the same thing right here. And then finally the same thing right here. And then we'll be able to walk across and pick up the cube as it's falling out right there, catch it in midair. And then we can walk back through the portal, and we're pretty much at the beginning of the level again. And this time we need to get across to the switch. To do so, we shoot the wall right there so it can fly across, just like that. And then we can walk through the portal. If our aim is good enough, then we'll be able to easily jump right down into here and put the cube on top of the switch, like that. And that will open up the door. So now all we got to do is get back. And to get back is pretty simple. Again, we're just going to shoot a portal at the wall, walk through it, shoot one more final portal at the wall where we started at, across the big gap.
Excellent.
And then that is the end of that chamber. That's the end of that test. And also, when we're done finishing this level, we'll get the Bridge Over Trouting Water achievement, which is the first, which is given to us for beating the first level with the hard light bridges, which is that past one that we were just in. So that's just a story-driven one. There's nothing special you have to do. Just gotta beat that level, and you'll get that achievement. Alright, for the next one, we need to walk on top of this pad here, on top of this light bridge, and then shoot a portal down right by the original area that we just came from, right by the entrance, right next to the wall, as close as possible as we can do, and then shoot a portal here so we can just walk across like this. As you can see, that's where we're at again. We're right back at the beginning. Jump across and then shoot another one so that the light bridge lands right there. Press the button, and then a cube will fall through. Grab it before it falls into the water, and then we need to walk all the way across like this. Put it down right near the end, right there. Turn around, and behind us, we'll be able to just shoot right through the light bridge. At first, I didn't realize that you can actually shoot a portal through the light bridge like that. I thought that the light bridge would be an object that would maybe like block the portal's powers, sort of like a glass wall or something like that in this game. But in fact, it doesn't. So there's nothing we got to worry about that. This next chamber is the first one where we use turrets. Turrets are pretty creepy, actually, but they're not too difficult to get around. All we have to do is usually just bump up behind them and tap them like this. If there's no way to get behind them, then the best thing to do is either hit them with something like a cube, or to make them fall through a portal. That's exactly what we do here. Missed the first shot. Maybe you might want to zoom in to help your accuracy just a little bit, and he'll fall through that one. And probably say a pretty scary, creepy, weird quote as he's saying his last words and passing on to the next robot world, whatever that is. Next thing we want to do is pick up these cubes. If you want to jump over like that and tap them, all you gotta do is just touch them with these cubes, and they're gonna get knocked out. So pick up the cube, and you can actually defend yourself from the bullets too. You could probably just walk straight into them, but I want to do it with a little extra style, hopping over top and landing it right on top of his face. Pick up one of these cubes, and around this corner there will be 3 more guys. And easily all we gotta do is tap into the first one, and he'll get knocked out like this. The cube is actually a decent bullet protector. You might get hit with a few here and there, so be careful about that. Take a cube, and next thing we want to do is drop this guy through the portal, and he'll hit all the way over to where that original portal was, far away. And then this guy, we could just block the bullets and run right into him just like that. And he's down. Put the cube on top of the switch, and that is the end of that chamber, of that challenge. This next one is pretty simple. It just is a laser one. We have to use portals and the redirectional cube to our best advantage. So pick up this redirectional cube right at the start and hit the one on the far left. It's already lined up for the middle one. Don't worry about that. Put it on the far left one just like this. Then walk all the way across, put a portal at the wall where the laser is pointing, right here. And then line yourself up perfectly between these two, behind these two. Line up so you can see perfect, both of them lined up just like that. And shoot it through, and that is the end of the challenge. It will, all three of those little, I'm not entirely sure what to call those things. All three of them need to be, the lasers have to be shooting through them, and if they do that, then it'll take care of that one. This next one here, we're using the light bridges to defend ourselves from all these evil little turrets. All these psychotic little turrets. Shoot a bridge right in front of you, and he'll not even know that you're there. See, he's hibernating is what he just said. Next thing we need to do is, like I said earlier, you can shoot through the bridge, which is something I didn't know at first. He'll go out of control if you just touch him. And all those guys right there defending that cube, and we got to get behind them. There's an area above them to walk on. So what we want to do is turn around and shoot up at this wall right there, and then we'll get launched and bump into that light bridge. It will block us from flying all the way across, and then we get to land on top of these guys, pick up the cube, and then just destroy all four of them. And hearing them all with their pretty hilarious random quotes simultaneously is pretty funny. And then we put this cube on top of the pad right here, on top of the switch, which opens up that gate. And now the other two turrets in there, they'll be able to see us, and they'll be able to start shooting at us. But again, the light bridge is all we need to defend ourselves, like that. And easily we can get behind them. And that is the end of the challenge, unless you want to go a little extra and kill these guys for the fun of it, which is what I did. Just by tapping them in the back, and they'll get knocked out. And that's the real end of that challenge. Goodbye. Finally, at the 16th one, we're almost finished here. What we want to do is avoid this guy who's kind of hiding in there, but not hiding too well because we can see his little laser pointer. This switch right here will turn on the laser. What we need to do is turn this on. As you can see, there's line up those yellow lines right there, those yellow dots. Shoot a portal right at the hole, and then another one over there. And what we want to do is burn all of these robots, all of the little turrets. And then keep that, keep those portals at that same exact spot. Do not move them. Now we want to pick up this cube right here, walk all the way back over, and then put this on top of the switch that we were just standing on that turns on the laser. Then walk all the way back. There will be a redirectional cube. The lasers can shoot through glass apparently, so what we want to do is redirection this one to kill all these little turrets, and then line it up to open up the door to our right, and then that will be the end of the challenge. Not too difficult, but yeah, it's not too challenging, but it just makes you think a little bit. This next challenge, all we have to do is shoot a portal through the wall and another one up there so we can get up on top of this light bridge. Pick up the cube and take it off of the laser. We do not need it blocking the laser at the moment. We just need it off of that for a second. Shoot another portal at this wall right here, right next to the laser. And now what we want to do is line up this block to be blocking the laser, and also for it to be right over top of the red switch. So now that it's blocking the laser, we'll be able to walk up on top of this little platform here that goes up and down. And then when we shoot another portal, the cube will stop blocking the laser, and then it will land on top of the switch, which will put us all the way to the top and open the door for us. And that was the last chamber of this chapter. Chapter 3 is in the books. The next one is called The Surprise, Chapter 4. That video should be up very soon. Thanks for watching this guide. I really hope it helped you. If you enjoyed it, then please visit GameGuideCentral.com for more Portal 2 guides, as well as many, many other games. This has been Bamblakopz for GameGuideCentral.com. Thank you very much for watching.